the great late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We are Kalpuli Yamsanamshi. We are a kinship community of Indigenous Mexica, Nahua, the Indigenous peoples from Mexico. We are here to offer some of our medicine today, some of our traditional dances. This is not folklore. These are not dancing moves or techniques that we do just for calisthenics or to connect with history. These are active forms of prayer. These are active forms of ceremony. These are active forms of resistance. We are a community that comes together as relatives to practice the ways of our ancestors, to practice the ways that have been passed down from generation to generation. These dances are not just movements with our feet, with our arms, with our hands. They are ways of communicating with Creator. They are ways of communicating with our ancestors and the sacred energies that always surround us. So as you see some of the movements that lie before you, I want to invite you to pray in your own way. Right? Because when we gather our prayers, powerful things can happen. Once again, we are Kalpuli Yasanochli in our language of Nahuatl. That translates to community of relatives, a community of warriors of the first cactus flower. And so as we offer our kinship, as we recognize the kinship that we hold with each of you all, recognize that each of us in here are warriors from our own place, of our own respective role. We extend those prayers, we extend that power to each of you. So please join us in praying your own way. This is the last danza that we will offer, and then we look forward to being in community with you. Last so much, thank you.
mic, Monique.
Okay, let's get our hands high around. Get our hands to Indigenous roots. We in the back, I believe we're ready. So we have, it's ready?
Right now.
Okay, we got snowman catering. So you have the green snowman. The green side is vegan. The green tablecloth. The red tablecloth is regular, right? So we got vegan chili and vegan cornbread and rice. All the third gluten-free. And then we have chicken, white chicken chili, and rice and cornbread. Right, on the black tablecloth. So you're vegan, the green one, you're not, the red one.
Student of a graduate of State Farm College 2016.
We got some seats in the front. If you want to take a seat over here, there's some regular seats here. And then I'm going to turn it over to our amazing MC for the program. Let's give a hand to Jay. The teacher Jay.
What's up, Minnesota? Welcome to our annual program with the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice in partnership with Black Lives Matter Twin Cities. I want to give a huge shout out to Monique for organizing all of this. Huge shout out to all of our tablers. Please go check them out. There are so many incredible community resources over there where people can learn about different work happening around our city. And before I hand it over to my co-MC, I want to just introduce myself. My name is Jay. I'm with the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice, as well as Freedom Road Socialist Organization. And I want to say it's been a difficult time here in Minnesota with the ICE raids that have been happening in our city, as well as us being targeted by multiple white supremacist groups. But as of yesterday, I'm feeling absolutely fine about living in our great state, because not only have we effectively resisted the ICE raids that have targeted our city, we also ran the white supremacist Jake Lang out of our streets yesterday! Yes, I've never had more fun chanting in my life. I love making fun of white supremacists because it's embarrassing as hell. Alright, I want to turn it over to my co-MC to introduce himself. Give a warm round of applause for Manny.
Hey, I'm Manny Emmanuel. I'm a member of the Minnesota Immigrant Action Committee at Freedom Road. Thank you all for turning on today and thank you for the intro. I just have another thing I wrote down just specifically for this day. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a leader who taught us that silence in the face of injustice is never an option. Dr. King reminded us that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, and that truth feels especially urgent right now. Here in Minnesota, many of our neighbors are living in fear as immigration enforcement raids disrupt families, workplaces, and entire communities. These actions are not abstract policies. They are happening here to people we know, love, and care for. And if Dr. King taught us anything, it's that injustice must be confronted, not ignored. Dr. King believed in action. He believed in peaceful protests. He believed that change comes when ordinary people stand up together and refuse to accept systems that dehumanize others. On this Martin Luther King Day, Jr. Day, we are called to do the same, to fight back against injustice with our voices, our presence, and our solidarity. Right. So let today be more than remembrance. Let it be a reminder that justice requires courage.
Let us organize, protest, and stand alongside our immigrant neighbors. Peacefully, boldly, and unapologetically. Until dignity and humanity are protected for all. And that's how we honor Dr. King's legacy.
Alright, so I want to invite our first speaker up to the stage. Is Akima in the house yet? She was giving an interview, so we might have to step to Alright, I want to give a warm welcome to Akima Levy Armstrong with the Racial Justice Network. Akima is a long-time activist in our city who has done incredible work. She was there during the occupation of the 4th Precinct after Jamar Clark was killed, and she led an incredible protest yesterday against a pastor who was outed as an ICE agent at his church. And she is somebody that I really look up to and respect, so I want you to give a warm welcome to Akima.
Good afternoon, everyone. I said good afternoon, everyone. That's the energy that we have to have with all that we are up against. We cannot have a lackluster approach with all of the evil that we are fighting that has been unleashed on our community. They want us to shrink back. They want us to be silent, especially as they manipulate headlines and information. Because you guys saw that yesterday, after our righteous, peaceful demonstration at City's Church, calling a spade, saying, how can a pastor who purports to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ be responsible for overseeing ICE agents who are unleashing terror on our community every day? As far as I'm concerned, and then you think about all these clowns more upset about us going into church than the reason why we went into church. Where you can have a wife, a mother, someone who cared about her neighbors like Renee Good, showing up in the community and yet being blamed for her own murder at the hands of ICE agent Jonathan Ross. Somebody said gun, right? And then you have the President of the United States telling lies after lie, after lie, after lie, after lie. And then everything he says, you have the mainstream media putting it out there as if it's gospel, weaponizing the information. So just like yesterday, we go to a peaceful protest, the headlines are, Department of Justice launches investigation. Well, who the hell aren't they investigating? Why aren't they investigating Jonathan Ross? Why aren't they investigating Donald Trump's role in the Epstein files? Why aren't they investigating the ICE agent who launched munitions in North Minneapolis last Wednesday and almost killed a 6-month-old African-American baby? Why aren't they investigating how you can be a pastor and be a director of an ICE office in St. Paul? It's not real. They're hypocrites. They're liars. They're manipulators. They abuse their power and their authority, and they're trying to move us towards authoritarianism. Well, protecting us.
That's right.
We've not had law enforcement protecting us.
That's right.
We have had the people protecting the people.
That's right.
So don't be deterred. Don't give in. Don't back up. We honor Dr. King by continuing to stand 10 toes down for freedom, justice, and equality. All power to
Tell the people, let's go!
Let's give it the team one more next up is Isa of the Indigenous Protector Movement and Homegirls for Isa. Let's give it up for Isa.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do something for you guys real quick. So when I say life is sacred, I want you guys to say I am sacred, okay? Life is sacred.
I am sacred.
Life is sacred.
Life is sacred.
Life is sacred.
I am sacred.
Life is sacred.
Life is sacred.
And at the end of the day, no human is illegal on stolen land.
Right.
All of the Americas is known to be indigenous land, and there's still indigenous people here that exist that come from South America. It has always been about these imperial warriors that they use to have control over their money and profits, and even the goods from the countries that we come from, that a lot of people that are immigrants do not ever get to see the actual fruits of what they reap, literally. Literally. There's been coups, there's been so much overtaking all over Latin America, and that is happening here and now in Venezuela again.
Shame.
Shame. Right now we're dealing with class war. I understand that a lot of people understand on identity politics, and that is still important. But at the end of the day right now is they want us to be put against each other.
Say that. Say that.
They want us to keep using these gaps of interest more and more to fuel us.
Say that.
But Minneapolis, St. Paul, they don't know that here, this really is community.
Oh, right.
Like since the 1970s, they brought over, Hmong and so many different immigrants, and those were even like Christian orgs that brought them over here because they were seeking refuge. And they want to put us against each other once again, but at the end of the day, the power is in the people. It's in la vida cotidiana. It's in the everyday life of a person. Our labor is at stake. And my labor, the way that some people in my community, how we see our labor, the way that we get even paid for it, might not be the same as for a lot of people here. But people are still risking every day to go to work because they have to put food on the table, even if they get caught and taken. And so, thank y'all for coming out. We're celebrating MLK, but we have to be reminded that the United States has been a war criminal since its inception. When the slave trade happened, it started with indigenous people in South America. But because they didn't know the Europeans and diseases, they would die off. So that's why they brought the Atlantic slave trade here. So I need people to understand black and brown bodies, the way that people will see us, it's almost the same thing. And unfortunately right now, these detention centers, that's exactly what's happening again. It's the trafficking of human bodies. And we cannot allow that to happen again. Not again. Right now we're seeing a regression in humanity. We're seeing a regression in how we see our moralities.
Yes.
I need you to wake up and stop doom scrolling.
Yes.
I need you to wake up and read a book and understand where you're coming from in your story. I need you to understand what you're standing on. Because you're making them win.
scene. But in Minneapolis, or St. Paul, Twin Cities, has been holding it down. But yeah, right now I'm trying to get all my charges dropped. For me, it's always been about the people. It's always been about the fact that we're gonna stand tall, we're gonna stand on what's right. But the only thing I ask of you guys is please learn different language, learn Spanish, learn Somali, understand your neighbor, be with one with them, understand what they need. We're not gonna agree on everything, but we have to because we don't got a choice. That's right. Right now we're going up against a 70-year-old man with dementia who's basically a fucking pedophile. Trying to continuing making a profit off of the downhill of what is the U.S. So no one's illegal on stolen land. No one's illegal on stolen land. No one's illegal on stolen land. Les quise de eso comati. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lisa. If any of the tablers have any information on what we can do to support Isa in getting their charges dropped, I'm sure everyone in this room would love to help. So give it up one more time for Isa. Up next, we're going to have Allison from the Anti-War Committee. The Anti-War Committee is an amazing organization that has been holding down the fight against war and genocide in our state the entire time that I've been here and much longer before that. When the genocide in Palestine intensified October 7, 2020, Anti-War Committee was there with consistent messaging coming out against imperialism and war abroad while people here starve and can't get their needs met. So I really respect the organizers of the Anti-War Committee, so give a warm welcome to Allison.
And I'm with the Minnesota Anti-War Committee. And this MLK Day, I am thinking about Venezuela and the people in the crosshairs of U.S. imperialism, because they are currently putting up one hell of a fight against Trump's agenda.
That's right.
The U.S. continually chooses to pour billions of dollars into war with countries like Venezuela, all for no other reason than stealing resources like oil, to make oligarchs like Trump and Wall Street richer instead of healthcare, housing, or anything for those of us here at home. I just visited Caracas, Venezuela's capital, in December, where I saw people who were organizing, planning, and getting ready to defend their country against U.S. attacks. They were actually pouring its resources into its people with healthcare, food programs, housing, and commune initiatives. All of this in the face of heavy U.S. sanctions and blockade, and now in the aftermath of U.S. bombs and the kidnapping of their democratically elected president, Nicolas Maduro. While in Caracas, I saw a leader in a commune speak about how Venezuela stands in solidarity with us against Trump. See how the U.S. spends billions to turn ICE on our neighbors and to start wars with Venezuela, Iran, and everywhere else, and ignores meeting our basic needs. Everyone I met fully supported President Maduro and had a great amount of pride in their government, because this is a government that has actually prioritized empowering the people and meeting their basic needs. I got to see President Maduro speak, and he spoke about building unity between Venezuela and the people of the U.S. The opposite of Trump's racist bullshit of division and war. Trump wishes he had the popular support that he witnessed for President Maduro in Venezuela. The U.S. terrorizes and destroys people's countries with sanctions, bombings, and occupations, forcing them to seek refuge elsewhere. This leads to this immigration crisis. When they come to the U.S. for refuge, U.S. then demonizes them and turns them away at our borders. Shame! And we know that what the U.S. does abroad always comes home to roost. We are watching U.S. foreign policy unfold here as we see ICE and MPD murder and spread terror in our streets. As Trump sends the National Guard to occupy our cities, and now even threatens to invoke the Insurrection Act and send military to Minneapolis. Boo. And as Trump is cutting SNAP and child care funding in Minnesota, and as he tries to replace Minnesota's government with a pro-Trump government, just like he is doing in Venezuela. Shame. Shame. Right now, the Trump administration is grasping at anything it can get its hands on, as the U.S. empire is dying. Trying to get resources and wealth from anywhere they can, Iran, Venezuela, and now even Greenland. Are we going to put up with this insanity? No! No. And neither is Venezuela. We know these struggles are all connected under U.S. imperialism. We must keep connecting and strengthening these ties and showing up in the streets until U.S. imperialism is put down like the sick dog that it is. To Palestine and Venezuela, there must be an end to U.S. terror. So on ahead of this chance, so just repeat it after me. Money for jobs and education. Money for jobs and education. Not for wars and deportation. Not for wars and deportation. Thank you.
All right, our next speaker is Jana Williams, from the activist for Abolition.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Jana Williams. First, I want to honor Renee Good. To her family, to her loved ones, we see you. We grieve with you. And we say her name out loud. Renee Good. Renee Good was targeted and murdered in our city again by this administration and by ICE. And we refuse to be silent. Today is Martin Luther King Day. We are here to honor Dr. King, but we are also here to remember something important. History is not just remembered. History is made. And today, we are making it. I am my mother's daughter. My mother comes from the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe, northern Minnesota. As an Indigenous people, we carry the trauma of our ancestors, not in books, but in our bones, in our blood, and every breath we take. But hear me clearly. This, right now, is our ancestors' awakening. The voices that were silenced then are speaking now through us. For generations, our people were taught to be quiet to survive the boarding schools, removal, churches, violence. But today, that silence ends. I stand here as an Anishinaabe Ikwe, and I need to say this plainly. Our tribal nations are under attack. Yes. Our people are under attack. We are being targeted by ICE because of the color of our skin. And even though we are the first people of this land. So say it with me if you know it. No one is illegal on stolen land. 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 Yesterday, when people protested at a church in Minneapolis against an ICE-affiliated pastor, let me be clear, that is nothing new to American Indian people. That's right. We have lived with the wolves in sheep's clothing in the churches for far too long. In Catholic churches, in Christian churches, in institutions that claim salvation while delivering harm. Last night in South Minneapolis, our community was attacked again. the powwow grounds, which is ground zero for us in American Indian culture down in South Minneapolis. At our spirit fire, in the middle of the night, a truck of white supremacists rolled up and began throwing ice balls and objects at our lone firekeeper. Let me say this, so there is no confusion. We will not stand down when we are attacked on our own lands. Since ICE escalated its presence here, and since our people have been hunted and harassed, I have held on to a few words. Governor Waltz said, the world is watching and the country is depending on Minnesota to hold the line of democracy. And look around you, we are holding that line. There is no state like this one, no movement like this, and unity like what you see right here. Our chairman Zeke from the Red Lake Nation, a man who does not speak often, said it simply and plainly. Get out and protest. Let your voices be heard. As Ancestral people, we will be the voice for those who no longer have one. So I leave you with this. In 1876, at the Battle of Little Bighorn, Crazy Horse led his people into battle and said, only the earth lives forever. Strong-hearted to the front. So today, on Martin Luther King Day, and with our ancestors behind us and our children ahead of us, I ask you this, and I tell you this. Strong-hearted to the front.
Hello relatives, my name is Crystal Norcross. I am Dakota. You are on Dakota land right now. And we won't stand for this bullshit. I have children that are going to have to live in this world after us, and I want to make sure that they're very well taken care of. And that's what we should be thinking about is our future. What will our future be? I came here to sing a song. I'm going to sing a prayer song. And after that, I'll sing the AIM song. So bear with me for a second.
Take your time.
Across our state and the Twin Cities Metro. We do have a table. I believe Jana also has a table here as well, so check out them and check out their work. Up next, I'm excited to bring up Kristen with the Minnesota Abortion Action Committee. The Minnesota Abortion Action Committee fights for reproductive justice for all Minnesotans, and so I'm really proud they're here today. Give it up for Kristen.
Trump's nightmare. And I don't know about you, but the last couple of weeks truly have felt like a nightmare. We're seeing our cities under occupation, violent federal agents roaming our streets, and racial profiling taken to new heights as our neighbors are snatched out of their homes, their cars, and their places of work. The actions of these ICE agents have caused fear in our community, and they've kept people from going to work, to school, to the grocery store, to the laundromat, and to the doctor. And of course, we're seeing in real time how people of color are disproportionately affected by this occupation, as some of us feel relatively safe moving around in our own city, and many, many others do not. Say shame to that. Shame! MNAC is a reproductive justice organization, so we've been paying special attention to the reports that ICE has been present in hospitals and in front of a Planned Parenthood clinic. When ICE stands between people and the vital healthcare services they need, including abortion care and services for victims of sexual violence, that's not reproductive justice, that's reproductive terror. We've also seen how DHS has given the green light for agents to sexually assault the people they abduct by denying any responsibility and removed protections against sexual violence for transgender detainees. ICE agents go through very little screening, so domestic abusers are eager to apply. No one is safe with these violent men on our streets, especially not women and LGBTQ plus people. Say that ain't right! That ain't right! As much as these last few weeks have felt like a nightmare, it's also been a real opportunity to see Dr. King's dream come to life. People of conscience across all nationalities and races are coming together to resist this ICE terror and protect their neighbors, and it's because they know that we have a common enemy.
That's right!
ICE hates immigrants and people of color, but make no mistake, even if you're white and born in the US, if you get in their way and put up a fight, they hate you too. Justice for Renee Good! I've been so inspired by the people forming rapid response groups in their neighborhoods, the people getting food and supplies to families in hiding, and the people filling the streets in their tens of thousands. These stories are so beautiful, and I'm so glad I made Minneapolis my home. The Twin Cities will never, ever stop fighting back. Repeat after me. No Trump! No troops! Twin Cities ain't Lincoln Boost! No Trump! No troops! Twin Cities ain't Lincoln Boost! No Trump!
No troops! Twin Cities and Lincoln Boots!
Most of you are already supporting your friends at Immigrant. If you aren't, you should do that. Join rapid response groups, donate to food and supply drives, and come to our action at the state capitol this Thursday at 5:30, where we'll be demanding money for working families, not for ICE. To know that we have their back. We're thinking of our immigrant neighbors, especially immigrant women, girls, and LGBTQ plus people. And we're thinking of our Twin Cities community, which will never ever stop fighting. No justice, no peace. ICE off our streets.
No justice, no peace! ICE off our streets!
No justice,
no peace! ICE off our streets!
Thank you very much.
Is tabling down there, so if you want to learn more, right there. Again, money for working families, not for ICE, 5:30 p.m. this Thursday at the Capitol. Our next speaker is Shari from Twin Cities Coalition for Justice.
So I'm talking to you on behalf of Twin Cities Coalition for Justice and the Taking Back Pride Coalition. And we focus on that cops and corporations should be out of pride, and that we recognize that all of our communities have been brutalized by federal violence, just like the brutalization by ICE, just like the brutalization by cops that have gone back to the beginning of this nation. As I sought inspiration for what to say to you today, I did the very common thing of looking up quotes by Martin Luther King, many of which we'll be bombarded with today, that will be supportive and that will not condone the ways that we seek our freedom. But the one that stood out to me was from his letter to Birmingham City Jail. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor, it must be demanded by the oppressed. I thought about the past few days here in our Twin Cities of community members showing up physically to protect the freedom of our immigrant neighbors, despite ICE showing us that doing that might literally cost you your life. I think of the people sliding down the icy hills of Powderhorn Park to show up well over 50K strong to say we will not stand for ICE in our streets. Both the receiver and the provider of gender-affirming care, there are many things that this government and all the ones before it want to do to terrify me. But I remember that community is strength. Taking back pride means remembering that we have always been the only freedom we have ever had. Freedom we have came from Black queer ancestors demanding that freedom by fighting against police brutality. It's remembering that immigration enforcement is just a colonizer's attempt to try to make us forget that this land was free before they killed and pillaged to steal it from Indigenous people and draw these imaginary borders. And we will not be deluded by laws that claim to protect children in the name of some white colonizer fiction of a gender binary. UK reminds us that the only freedom we have ever had is the one that we have demanded from the oppressor. We have always been the only ones who keep us safe, and if you are not yet with an org, today is the day to find one. If you have not yet signed the petition against to organize for the police in Minneapolis, go and do so today. We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Thank you.
We're interested in working with the pigs, but because we are interested in taking away their power. Taking away their power to continue to oppress our people and to enact police brutality on Black and brown neighborhoods. We all watched them fail to arrest Jonathan Ross after he murdered Renee Good. These people will not protect us, and like Shari said, we are the ones who have to protect us. We are the ones who have to step up and be who we need. We were going to have a veteran named Joe do a poem for us. He was unable to make it, so I'm going to read it in his place. It's titled The War. Over 400,000 now are sleeping in the streets. I call them brothers and sisters. The system says they're creeps. Can someone explain this process where sacrifice don't count? The suicides grow daily. Is it a good amount? You turn your eyes away from me. The guilt inside is growing. You think that if I disappear, maybe you'll stop knowing. I'm a veteran from a war. I volunteered for this. And if I had to give my life, then death I'd surely kiss. I never thought when I left I would fight anymore. But the way the system treats us, we never left the war. Give it up one more time so that Joe can hear us. Black Lives Matter St. Paul up to the stage.
Minnesota.
Oh, I'm sorry. From Minnesota, my bad. Black Lives Matter Minnesota is one of the co-organizers of this event and the people who initiated it a few years ago. And so we're proud to have Treverne speak today.
Down with deportations.
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 Up with reparations.
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 Down with deportations.
Down with deportations.
Down with deportations.
Down with deportations.
Up with reparations.
Up with reparations.
Up with reparations.
Up with reparations.
Thank you all for participating in today's caravan, which is also a direct action. And Martin Luther King will always take part in direct actions, whether it was the Montgomery boycotts or sit-ins at racist restaurants. The civil rights movement has always had a culture and a history of resistance. Black Americans have been resisting white supremacy and institutional racism in the United States for 400 years, and we will continue to do so until we bring it down. Dr. Martin Luther King wanted to make sure, in the book, Where Do We Go From Here, Dr. Martin Luther King referred to himself as a descendant of slavery. He wanted to make sure that the descendants of slavery were economically safe. Well, because of the legacy of slavery, Jim Crow, and now mass incarceration, Black people are economically unsafe in the state of Minnesota and across the United States. And this is the racial wealth gap, according to DEMOS, the Federal Reserve, is substantial and is driven by public policy decisions, not decisions that Black Americans make at the dinner table. So we are demanding reparations now. And we're standing in solidarity with our immigrant brothers and sisters, and just Minnesotans in general, and demanding ICE out now. ICE out now. ICE out now.
Ice out now! Ice out now!
ICE out now. ICE out now. Down with deportations.
Down with deportations!
Up with reparations.
Up with reparations!
Peace, happy MLK Day. Let's give it up one more time for Jordan Cruz.
Our next speaker, just a quick plug because I'm a member of Immigrant. Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee. We're an all-volunteer grassroots multiracial immigrant justice organization rooted in Minnesota that works to protect and empower immigrant communities for nearly 2 decades. Our next speaker is Amino from Immigrant. Let's give it up for Amino.
My name is Amino. I am with Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee. I'm honored to be here with y'all today. As a Somali American, also true for all marginalized communities, we have benefited and still reap the rewards of what the civil rights movement and Martin Luther King have accomplished. We continuously learn from the Black community on how to protect each other from violence through resistance, and for that, we are grateful. The past couple of weeks have been tough for Minnesotans, especially immigrant communities. I live in Cedar Riverside, and ICE consistently visits the community at least 2 times a day. They randomly and forcibly get into apartment buildings, including senior apartments, They stop people walking in the neighborhood and question them. They stop by businesses to question their customers. And sometimes they just stay in their cars and drive around just to terrorize the community.
Shame!
The presence of so many federal agents in tactical gear in our communities feels no different than living in a war-zone country. My mom, although she's a citizen, has had to stay locked in our apartment because even if she doesn't face deportation, encountering ICE could be deadly. On Friday, I had to finally get her out of the house and bring her to my sister's, not because she wanted to, but because Jade Lang's promise to march through our neighborhood posed a great risk of violence.
Shame!
She said it feels like she's being displaced like she did multiple times in Somalia. Just like my mom, many of immigrant communities feel no sense of security, stability, and their lives have been disrupted to say the least.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
However, despite all their efforts to destroy us and divide us, they have been unable to destroy our solidarity for one another, and in fact, made our sense of community stronger. Neighbors take the responsibility of taking shifts to patrol and protect their immigrant neighbors, doing mutual aid for vulnerable families and individuals, taking and bringing kids from school, taking individuals to work, places of worship, etc. Minnesotans demonstrate every day what solidarity means and act an example to the whole world. Solidarity has a cost, and Renee Good's murder is a symbol of the cost of solidarity. But if we learned anything from the past couple of weeks or history, we cannot afford to lose our solidarity and turn a blind eye to injustice. What affects some of us will come to affect all of us, and that is why we can't feed into division and stay silent. Acceptance and action, and we choose to speak up and demand justice for stolen lives. Even if we are transformed forever, we refuse to take backwards steps and demand now more than ever, ICE out of Minneapolis. ICE out of Minneapolis! ICE out of Minneapolis! Before January 30th, we have mere days to hold Congress's national funding of over $170 billion to ICE. Can we do it? Yes! We have some upcoming events by Mayor. There's a press conference on Wednesday, January 21st at 3 p.m. at City Hall in front of Mayor Fai's office. There is no work, no school, no shopping day of action on Friday, January 23rd. Also, save the date for Mayor protest. No money for ICE dinner on Monday, January 26th at 5 p.m. at Center Club Sheriff's Office. Woo! Super Somali chants together. It's very simple. I'll say Dori Meno. It means we don't want, and you say ICE. Okay. Dori Meno. ICE. Dori Meno. ICE. Dori Meno. ICE. Thank you.
Y'all have been out here almost every day organizing so many things. So we really appreciate an incredible organization that stands up for our immigrant community. That's right. Up next, I have the privilege of inviting one of my good friends, Alyssa Washington, from the Wrongfully Incarcerated and Over Sentenced Families Council, Minnesota. Alyssa is fighting for freedom for all wrongfully incarcerated inmates in our state, as well as for her fiance, Cornelius Jackson. So give it up for Alyssa.
Hello everyone, you are looking beautiful. Today we are not here for comfort. We are here for truth. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. warned us that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That's right. What we are witnessing right now proves that his words were not symbolic.
they were truth-telling. Because what immigrant communities are experiencing today is not new. Listen closely, y'all. It's the same violence Black, brown, and indigenous communities have been forced to endure for generations. Different uniforms, same systems. We lift up the name Cornelius Jackson, wrongfully incarcerated over sentence for nearly 20 years. A man taken as a teenager.
That ain't right.
A life stolen, not by evidence, by a system willing to sacrifice truth for convictions. And we lift up, that's right, shame. And we lift up Nico Redding, an elder incarcerated for decades, whose health is constantly declining while the state refuses to let him go. Can I get a shame? Nico is not a threat. He is a human being forced to age and suffer behind bars, long past any moral justification. Right, that's right. This is what mass incarceration looks like when people stop paying attention. Let's be clear. Mass incarceration is not broken. It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. To control, contain, and disappear Black, brown, and indigenous people. And now we are watching that same violence show up in real time. ICE terrorizing immigrant communities, homes raided, families ripped apart, people detained, disappeared, and killed. ICE behaves this way because our state has already normalized violence against Black, brown, and indigenous people. When Black people are over-policed, when indigenous lives are ignored, when brown communities are criminalized, when elders are left to deteriorate in prison, it sends a message: some lives are disposable. So when ICE storms our neighborhoods, armed and unaccountable, they are operating in a system that already told them this behavior is acceptable. If you care about what's happening in immigrant detention centers, you must care about what's happening in our state prisons and jails.
That's right. That's right.
You must care about families separated by life sentences right here at home. If you care about freedom, you must care about all cages, not just the ones that make the news. Our organization exists because silence has caused too much. We organize for the wrongfully incarcerated, for the over-sentenced, for elders growing old behind bars, for families forced to fight systems that were never built for them to win. Dr. King reminded us that peace is not the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. And justice demands that we stop turning away. Justice demands that we connect these struggles. Justice demands that we act. So today we say enough. Enough cages, enough terror, enough selective outrage. We stand with Cornelius Jackson. We stand with Nico Redding. We stand with immigrant families under attack. We stand with the Black, brown, and indigenous communities who have been forced to carry this burden for far too long. Because our struggles are connected. Our liberation is connected. And until all of us are free, none of us are free.
Let's give it up for Lisa one more time, please. Our next speaker up is Chantel Allen from End Slavery and Minnesota Coalition. Let's give it up for Chantel.
Hey y'all. So I'm actually one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter Twin Cities. Which is the reason for me getting to the foundation of all of this, right? How many of you guys know that we still practice slavery in Minnesota? Oh wow, we gotta get educated. So when we wrote this into the Constitution, when people so-called got free, they put an exception in there that said, except if you're convicted of a penal crime. So that means if you're in prison, you are actually subjected to slavery. And they actually are paid 25 cents an hour. But who does this hurt? It hurts the children who don't have another parent paying for their child support. It hurts the taxpayers because they only make $500 a year, so they don't file taxes. But who's paying for all this? Absolutely you are. I'm working on changing that. We're going to change the constitutional amendment to eliminate the exception in the Constitution. 11 states have already done it, and Tennessee and Alabama are cool. We're behind Tennessee and Alabama, y'all. Don't be surprised, we've been calling this the Jim Crow North for a long time, right? So we're also going to write a bill that will reclassify slaves as workers, which will force the corporations to pay a minimum wage. When they pay a minimum wage, they'll be able to pay child support because they're working 40 hours a week. Everybody that's incarcerated is working 40 hours a week for big companies. Some of them are phony Disney balloons, where Disney's selling those balloons for $43 each. What the fuck? Right? So those are two bills. One's being carried by Bobby Joe Champion and Dave Pentel. That's the constitutional amendment. We are reclassifying slaves with Cedric Fraser and Claire Obo-Urbaden. I need you guys to stay tuned in because it's very possible this will get on the ballot. We have a launch party for this campaign that's happening next week. January 24th at Halley Brown from 1 to 3 o'clock. If you want to get involved, go to www.mnendslavery.org. Sign a petition, email your legislators, and let's get this foundational work done, y'all. Or else we're going to keep having to show up for this stuff over and over again. Because as long as we have slavery in our Constitution, we will never be free.
The End Slavery in Minnesota Coalition is doing some really amazing stuff. I went to one of their meetings and there are so many ways that you can get involved, so please check out their website and please plug in to see what you can do. Our next speaker is Sabri Wazwaz with the Free Palestine Coalition as well as the Anti-War Committee. Sabri is one of my favorite chanting buddies. We're both really loud people and he always shouts out the solidarity between Palestine and the Black Liberation Movement when he's on the mic. So thank you, Sabri, for speaking today and give it up.
For those of you who never met me, my name is Sabri. I'm a member of the Anti-War Committee. The Anti-War Committee. So I just want to remind a lot of you, Free Palestine doesn't just mean Free Palestine. If you come to a Free Palestine protest and you don't care about black lives, native lives, queer rights, if you don't care about what's going on in Sudan or in Congo, then you are not understanding what Free Palestine means. So I'm also a member of MIDPAC, which is the Minnesota Palestine Action Committee. So what I'm about to talk to you today, I want you to understand clearly, okay? King Demetrius, could you come up here, please? Come here for a second. Is Monique here by any chance? Monique? Is Nakiba still here? Monique, could you come up? So everything I'm going to tell you, I want you to understand, you don't have to believe a single word I say because I'm Palestinian. The Minnesota Palestine Action Committee have already reached out to members from TCC for Jake, members from Black Lives Matter Minnesota. We also reached out to MUREC, and we're going to send members from every single one of these organizations. If you don't trust me, that's fine. Trust Monique, trust King Demetrius, trust Nakima, trust members of MUREC. Chantal Allen already accepted to go. We're going to send them to Palestine this year. So when they come back, to tell you is 100% true, you will never, ever see me shout free Palestine ever again. But I guarantee you, when they come back, despite them seeing what they see on the news, it's going to change them forever. You have to be there to experience it. You see, just because I'm Palestinian, my activism actually started for Black lives. I grew up in inner city Chicago, and I couldn't stand racism ever since I was a child. And it wasn't until I went to Palestine for the first time in '98 to see with my own eyes, because it doesn't matter what you hear, it's when you see with your own eyes. I don't use the word animals anymore. They don't treat us. They don't treat them like animals because we love animals. They treat us like insects. They literally treat them like insects. You say you hate ICE agents? It's already been proven. ICE agents are trained by the IDF. So if you say fuck ICE, but you're not willing to say fuck the IDF, you're part of the problem. It's already been proven that the police are trained by the IDF. The knee tactic, the knee to the neck, the one that killed George Floyd. It's a tactic used by the IDF for decades. If you're willing to say, fuck the police, but not fuck the IDF, you're a part of the problem. I'm Arab and I'm Muslim. Guess what? The shit that's going on in Sudan, the United Arab Emirates, that government, a proxy of the United States, is part and responsible for what's going on in Sudan. So guess what I say every single day? I say fuck the UAE. I say fuck the Saudi Arabian government. The Saudi Arabian government also corrupt through the US on what's going on in the Middle East. So don't give me this, I'm afraid to be called anti-Semitic. Every day I say fuck Saudi Arabia. It doesn't mean I'm blaming the people. I'm blaming the government. The Israeli government, while receiving billions of dollars and turning their backs on Americans, billions of dollars, while your Congress people are laughing at you, the Americans. They're saying stop asking for handouts while they send billions to Israel to bomb men, women, and children. Over 500 human rights organizations around the globe, including B'Tselem, which is an Israeli Jewish human rights organization. Over 500 have clearly declared that what Israel is doing is a genocide. So you cannot say fuck ICE, but you're scared to speak out against Israel. You cannot say fuck the police, but you're scared to speak out against Israel. As a Muslim, I invite you to say fuck Saudi Arabia and fuck the UAE for what's going on in Sudan. So why are you scared to say fuck Israel for what they're doing to Palestine? They don't want us to connect our struggles. They don't want us to connect our struggles. Monique, it was such an honor when you invited me to go and see the Black Fair at the State Fair this year. Twice I received an anonymous phone call. The second time was that night, Monique. Someone called me midnight thinking they're going to put fear into me because they don't want me to keep trying to connect our struggles together. Someone called me at midnight from a block number. I'm not dumb. I know it's an FBI agent saying they just want you to know that they saw you today at the Black Fair and they're telling you to turn back. I said, why? Because I'm preaching that my black siblings deserve reparations? Are you going to send fucking billions to bomb women and children and you don't want to give money to the people that you enslaved for 400 fucking years? How are you going to send billions to bomb women and children and millions of Americans don't even have health care? How are you going to send bombs, billions of dollars to bomb women and children and then you're against, you know the thing that really kills me? Those that call themselves Christian, but then they go ahead and say pro-life, but they speak out against universal lunch for children around the country. They speak out against universal health care. How are you going to say you're pro-life, but you go ahead and cheer for when women and children are born? How the fuck does that make sense? When Monique and Nakeem and Chantel and people from Iraq, when they come back, brothers here in the U.S. about tips of how to wash pepper spray. We are together. Our struggle is together. It's connected. If you do not understand that U.S. imperialism, what's going on over there, is connected to here, don't believe me. Go ahead, go on YouTube. Look at Malcolm X. 63 years ago, he spoke about the connection. Look at one of the founders, George Jackson of the Black Panthers. They found him dead in his jail cell. They said he committed suicide. We know the truth. Think about this. No social media 63 years ago. He had 2 poems found in his jail cell. 2 by Palestinian poets. They made the connection. Our struggle is one struggle. You guys have to understand that. It's our struggle. Free Palestine does not mean kicking anyone to the sea. It simply means from the river to the sea, everyone has equal rights. Just like if we were alive during segregation, my chant would be from the Atlantic to the Pacific, segregation is horrific. Now, if we chanted that during segregation, does that mean that my black siblings are saying kick the whites into the ocean? No! It's saying give us free, equal rights, motherfuckers! So, I want to end it with this. Put your fists up in the air. Together we stand, divided we fall.
Together we stand, divided we fall.
Together we shout justice for all.
Together we shout justice for all.
Remember, it's Black Lives Matter, Natives Lives Matter, Free Palestine, Free Sudan, Free Congo, Free Rights Matter. Our struggle is one struggle. Peace.
and independent journalist, King Demetrius Pendleton, who is always out here in these streets telling the truth and covering the struggles of our movement. So give it up for King Demetrius.
Thank you all, everyone. I am just honored and privileged to be here. It could have turned out another way. I'm King Demetrius Pendleton. I'm an independent journalist, photographer, and where you all are getting your news from now, from independent journalists like my brother right over here, Brisbane News like Unicorn Riot, like Georgia Ford, myself, Listen Media, and all the other independent medias out here as well. During the time of our sister Renee Good being tragically killed by ICE agents, myself along with other individuals was there, boots on the ground. The ICE agents wanted to make sure they gaslighted the community, they pepper sprayed me, and along with other people. They also shot people in their faces, point blank range. You just can't make this up. So during the following day, I decided to go over to where the local federal building was at, and I wanted to document because I know if we were not out there as independent journalists, the main media news is not documenting what's really going on. They basically dumb it down our members and what have they. I decided to go out there with my mentor, and I was out there, and all of a sudden, Jake Sitz showed up with a couple more of his friends. The one who was basically partnered from Donald Trump. We basically seen him gaslight the whole crowd. It was only 4 of them, but it was perhaps 100 of us. We was basically recording what he was doing. I do not make this up. You all can go on my live feed, King Demetrius Pendleton. You all will see the ICE agents basically pushed Jay Sitz and a couple of other individuals back and basically started shooting at independent journalists, photographers, reporters, and anything. All you all have to do is just look at the live feed. I can't make this up. They shot me in my foot, and I said, "Oh shit!" It shot me in my foot, like literally, like everything dropped out of my hands. It was totally. I'm just so grateful because it could have been like Swarton. We've seen that brother lose his eye. It's not about money when we come out here. It's about principles. Our respect as individuals and human beings.
And I'm just really just totally just bummed because I can't be out there the way I want to be out there because I got to wear this boot for 4 to 6 weeks and it's very uncomfortable and my foot is constantly throbbing all the time because of what the ICE agents did. So I just want you all to please, when you go out there, to take care of yourself. Make sure you dress warm. Make sure you put on steel-toe boots. Make sure that you got a mask on. I'm serious, because when they start discharging these weapons, they are blindly shooting in the crowd. And there is no one that's going to be held accountable for it. But what we're seeing Donald Trump is basically doing how he's gaslighting Minnesota. But I'm so proud to be right here in Minnesota, where it's ground zero where George Floyd happened at. And only a couple of blocks from what happened to George Floyd, Renee Good was tragically killed. So I stand with you all in solidarity. And I would say this quote by James Joyce. He stated, "History is like a nightmare which I am trying to awaken. I'm trying to awaken from this dream." This is a terrible, terrible nightmare that we're going through, and a lot of people are going to be traumatized. Just think about what our children are seeing on a day-to-day basis, how they're going to get out of this trauma, how they're going to be able to deal with this trauma that they're dealing with. They're shutting schools down. They're closing schools. They're telling kids they can go to school online. Just think about my children's best friend. I'm having a conversation with my 10-year-old daughter, talking about her friend is being deported, how she had to hide when she heard the word ICE, how she had to hide. So I just want you all to sit with that, because the trauma that's inside of me, that's inside of other individuals, it's not going to be easy. And this work that we do is not easy. I just want you all to know the trauma that lives in us. We've been traumatized for decades. And it's constantly going on. So please be good to yourself. Get you a good therapist. Get you a good partner who's going to be there for you. Raise your soul. Trust me. The revolution will not be televised, but it will be live streamed by independent media.
Speaker is a friend of mine. Please welcome Jess Sundin from TCC.
Yes!
Yes! Continue to show up, speak out, and be encouraged.
Alright, I'm not mad, man. He skipped breakfast with me yesterday, but that's okay. Hey, I want to tell you how happy I am to spend Martin Luther King Day, Junior Day with you. What an incredible history that this country has of resisting and standing up for what's right. Dr. King led hundreds and thousands of people in challenging racist segregation in this country. And he and those that marched with him did win. We ended segregation in this country. But there is so much more work to do. And I am thankful to march alongside Black folks, brown folks, Indigenous folks, and a few white folks out here too. We okay?
Yeah, listen.
You're on the march, you're good, right? No, but here's the thing. I've been in Minnesota since 1991, and we've been hit a number of times. We've been hit hard more than one time. I'm thinking of 2015, when Jamar Clark was killed.
Yes.
We were occupying the 4th precinct, and 4 white supremacists came, fired on the protesters, shot 5 black young men. That was a shameful thing that happened that day, but you want to know what? Do you remember what happened the next day?
Come on, tell us.
The next day, thousands of people came to Plymouth Avenue and stood together to say, "Hell no, we won't go." I'm also thinking of 2020. We're on a little bit of the cycle here. 2025, we're just getting in at the end there, but in 2020, when George Floyd was murdered, like 10 blocks from my house, it was so awful to watch his murder. There was Darnella Frazier, high school student from Roosevelt High School. She caught that moment, those moments, on film, and they spread around the world. A lot of us were home with COVID, avoiding COVID, on quarantine. But you know what we do? Some of us were scared. We didn't know what would happen if we came out together with the COVID. We didn't know what would happen if we came out and marched against another police murder in our community. But the next day, less than 24 hours later, 10,000 people gathered at 38th in Chicago and marched to the 3rd precinct, keeping these precincts straight. We marched there. That precinct is no more. It's not because we had an election and we voted no more precinct there. It's because we stood on business. And again, we said, hell no, we won't go. We aren't going to let you take our community members and just sit by. We stood up, we said no. We were afraid, but we marched anyway because we have courage. Courage isn't not being afraid. Courage is marching anyway. Am I right? I sometimes hear people say, I'm not afraid. And that's cool if you're not afraid. Maybe just check because it might be something worth worrying about. But I say if you are afraid and you come out anyway, you are the best of the best. You are the example I want to follow. And when Renee Good was killed 6 blocks from my house, less than 2 weeks ago, in broad daylight, caught on video again, that same night, MIRAC organized us to come out, and again, 10,000 people came. Don't shoot at me, but they're not going to big crowds. So our marshals learned some new skills about directing traffic like we never did before. But the point of that is not silly stories about marshals and traffic. It's that Minnesota stood strong again. That's right. This weekend we had this white supremacist internet star come to our city trying to claim he's going to burn Qurans on City Hall. He didn't burn no Qurans on City Hall. Backed up in a little cubby hole on a windowsill on City Hall. I don't know what happened to his speaker, but all I heard was Disney music playing. And people chanting that Nazi needs to go home, and that's what he did. He went home. And just like we sent children to jail, just like we sent those white supremacists in 2015 to jail, we're going to get the man who stole Renee Good's life, and we are also going to send these ICE agents home because we will not live like this. We still march.
Veteran movement people are so good at improvising speeches. Like, that was all off the cuff. Next up, I want to invite someone from the Climate Justice Committee, Kawakata, to speak. Are they here? Oh, there you are. You can come up around.
I have a grievance. How am I supposed to do this speech with all these spicy speeches in front of me?
But you can be spicy too. Come on.
That's not fair.
We got this.
Hello, my relatives. My ceremony name is Kawakata. Before I begin, though, I would like to acknowledge where I stand here for what is now known as Minnesota, which is actually Minnesota Makoche. I'm not standing on this stage because I don't want to talk down on you.
All right, go ahead.
I want to be with you, the same people that I marched.
Yes.
Back in 2020, I rolled with all these relatives here.
Yes.
That was not right. There's been a constant state of duress.
One love.
The traditional lands of Dakota, and I want to honor the Dakota, the host peoples of land where I roam. I want to thank the Dakota for being the original stewards of these lands. Bidamia, Wopia, Yaoniha. I appreciate you. And I want to state how humbled I am to be living and breathing and moving with these Minneapolis people. With these that we shoot the Twin Cities that shut down the city.
Yes.
If it weren't for them to shut down the precinct, we wouldn't have had Derek Chauvin in jail.
Okay.
Stop going to Washington, D.C. I've seen a million people that way. I've seen a million people that way. A million people with pink hats that way. A million people with pink hats that way. And they still put that Kavanaugh in as justice. A waste of time. Your justice is right here local, where you live. It's the youth, it's you people that put Derek Chauvin in jail. Not some politician. And when I was there by Target, burning down the precinct, it wasn't old people like me. It wasn't old people over there. It was young people. It was you that moved the city. How humble I am, living, breathing, moving, and existing in Minnesota, Makoche. Maraming salamat, my Dakota relatives, for showing me a connection to what you call grandmother Earth, the water, many with Johnny. Because water is life, and then we are related. We are related to each other, animals, trees, birds, plants, fish, and all living things. Because we are all related. And to our neighbors, and Shinabe, Jimmy Quich, for your teachings. Our neighbor didn't know about the dog. Who's you? Thank you so much for your teachings. I appreciate you. It is from their teachings that teaches me that I will not let some fascists, some white supremacists, some KKK, all the way from South Carolina or Michigan, I will not let you disrupt my everyday ceremony to live in balance. With our ancestors having a party of love, harmony, and goodness. My mission, borrowing the words of famous orator Martin Luther King. I honor him. I recognize him. I recognize Martin and all the spirits from the past who demanded, not asked for.
That's right.
They demanded balance, love, harmony, justice, and acknowledge our duty, our responsibility to each other. The trees, the air we breathe, the rivers and waters, our responsibility to many other lakes and mountains, our responsibility to animals, fish and birds, our responsibility to where our medicines are, the plants, the elements, the bark, the mushrooms, the natural oils and herbs. Because we are unto each other, not unto oneself. How do we do this? Point number one, seek out grace by being thankful. Don't wait 364 days to celebrate Thanksgiving. The indigenous relatives teach us to celebrate and give thanks every day. I give thanks to the trees that suck up, absorb carbon dioxide from our fossil fuel industry and gasoline cars. I thank them because their love is unconditional. Despite all the pollution, the immense burden to absorb carbon dioxide, they will still provide oxygen for you. Even for you supremacists, even for you KKK. The trees love you. The trees sustain us with the oxygen we breathe. I owe it to the trees, the tree nation, to acknowledge the gifts of their oxygen. For the past 10 years, every single year since 2015, we have been making the planet hotter. We're now 2.4 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than normal. For many, what the heck do you do with these small numbers? Look to our forests up north by Gitchimani to Lake Superior. The trees cannot take this heat. Okay. You will see that the trees are burning. They're dry. They're ready to get lit up. They cannot take this heat. They get drier and drier. One healthy tree is over. One healthy tree over your house is like 40, 60 air conditioners. To them, it makes the planet cooler. A house with a tree is cooler, less hot, less use of air conditioners. You put a house in a parking lot with no trees, you're going to make that much hotter. You've created a hot house. Every year we have been burning our fossil fuels, cranking up the burner to make our existence that much hotter. I honor the work of Martin Luther King and his work, and all the people who've been hanged, and all the people who've been abused. I stand on their shoulders. Stop cutting the trees. Stop cutting down our oxygen makers. How do you do that? Organize. Can I get an organize? Organize! Organize to lift up, protect, and defend our forests. Many with Chorney, God damn it! Why in this life? You, all of you, trees, animals, plants, especially us, go through organ failure if you do not drink water within 72 hours. 3 days. Try surviving without water for 3 days, after 3 days. The incremental rise in water temperature makes it too hot for the fish. Try fishing off Gitchimani to Lake Superior. It's too hot. You're burning the fossil fuels. You're cooking the shores off the waters. There's no fish off the waters. You have to take a boat, go deeper where it's cooler. You're making the fish and the animals angry. You have to fish out there where it's cooler and sit before the fish. That's what those little numbers mean. It doesn't mean, oh, it's 110 degrees here, it's going to be 120. All you need is 1 degree or 2 degrees higher. It's just too hot. I want you to stop cooking the rivers and lakes. In the words of Martin Luther King and his inspiration, organize. Can I get an organize? Organize! 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 It's not normal. We still have an existential threat from the global climate change crisis. Never vote for a pedophile protecting fascist Republicans who want to keep burning the planet. Right. Breaking news. Stop. Never vote for Republicans. I have to say it. Nobody's advertising it. Stop listening to politicians. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're an independent. I don't care if you're a Martian or a person from Uranus.
Not Uranus.
All your fish stories. Bring it back to where it was before Christopher Syphilis Columbus arrived 1492. The fish weren't The fish weren't that big. The fish were immense.
And they didn't have mercury.
They were healthy. They didn't have mercury. They were clean and healthy. All our animals were healthy and clean. Take ownership, your relationship, your connection to the environment. Don't wait for the EPA. Do not wait for the Environmental Protection Agency. You are the Environmental Protection Agent. All of you are. Stop voting for those lip-dick, meek, weak Democrats who can't fight against fascist Republicans. You know, data centers want to suck up your drinking water. That demand so much water just to find out, just to have artificial intelligence, just so you can find out everybody's face and license plate and what color underwear he's wearing on a Monday, what color underwear she's wearing on a Thursday. Fuck data centers. That's kind of triggering, but I will comply.
Thank you.
Because when we go to these covered goddamn council meetings, you're reduced to, you can only speak 30 seconds. You can only speak 60 seconds. All right, I can only speak 2 minutes. But I have rage.
Valid.
I give you inspiration. There are 574 federally recognized indigenous nations, and they still exist.
That's right.
Keep telling your veterans that the action, the movement, is right where you are, not in Washington, D.C.
That's right.
We had 100,000 people marching on No King's Day. I saw a lot of independent voters there. Collect that information. Organize.
Organize.
I say organize.
Organize.
I say organize.
Organize.
I love you, Martin Luther King. I love you.
Concert for us today. Before we get into our next speaker, Monique wanted me to remind folks that there is still a little bit of food left if you haven't eaten, and to visit the tables along the side here. The next speaker that we have is going to be Noval Noir, who has some artwork and a poem for us.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, good morning, good night. I don't know what it is. We don't even know what day it is. Or time in history.
Right.
Come on. But I made this painting to let you know that you can create memory and still the soul and spirit live while you're here and even in your passing, because this painting will live after you. Another thing is that you can create, protested art, American art, and let people know that, hey, a lot of creators can do many things, poetry, right? Find ways to let your pain out in your healing. Stop looking for it in other people. You have it within yourself.
Yes.
Stop asking for permission to be free. This is our country. All this up on the news is fabricated illusions. We know it. So, Martin Luther King had a dream to look at us together. We are here. So in this poem, the body may not be here, but we still carry her in spirit. So I want to speak this poem as it's her, because that's how it was written. I am not the name I learned to say too quickly. I am not the argument passed between people who never knew my hands. I am not the noise. I am the quiet before the day began. I am the love that lived in routines. I am the voice that left poems and rooms so that people I loved would find me. I was a wife, which means my life was shared, breaths counted together in sleep, plans spoken out loud, futures imagined without fear of disappearance. I I was a mother, which means my love learned how to stay, even when I could not. I was a poor, which means I told truth gently and trusted the world to meet me with care. I love my community, not as an idea, but faces and neighbors, as shared responsibilities. I love my dog because love does not need language to be loyal. Do not reduce me to what has been done to me. Do not let my name be carried by mouths that refuse responsibilities. Do not turn my absence into permission for distortion, spectacle, or blame. There is a wife who still listens for my breath. There is a child that still knows my voice and calls for his mommy to rooms that do not answer. There's a dog who still waits at the door for me. If you speak my name, speak gently. If you remember me whole. If you honor me, protect the living. I am still here in every act of care that refuses silence. I'll say it again. I'm still here in every act of care that refuses silence. In every truth spoken without cruelty, in every choice that places dignity above convenience. Say my name with love, say it with responsibility, but even so, say it with the courage to change what took me.
Is there somewhere that we could like stand it up so that people can still see it? Against the, yeah, let's put it here. While that's being moved, I want to invite our second to last speaker up. They are a veteran and a live streamer that has been covering what's been happening in Minneapolis. I want to give a warm welcome to Jolly to come up and speak.
So I wasn't expecting to speak up here, so I have nothing prepared. So I'm trying to kind of tell you.
Sure, we back you up.
What's on my mind?
Jolly!
You're fired.
Jolly!
So I came to Minneapolis, and I'm gonna tell you what I seen when I came to Minneapolis. They fucked with the wrong city.
Okay!
Indiscriminately tear gas citizens and tell them to go home, and I've seen people here, you guys, say hell no.
Okay.
I've seen ICE and federal agents shoot pepper balls, and I've seen you guys stay right where you were.
Yes.
I've seen ICE kidnapping people off the street and neighbors interrupting and running and jumping. We've seen ICE beat down citizens, and the citizens keep coming back. They truly fucked with the wrong city. And if there's anything I want the rest of America to know is a couple things. Number one, what's happening here is coming soon to a city near you.
Okay.
Yeah. And so number two, be like the Twin Cities.
Listen.
And given that this is Dr. King's Day, I've said this 1,000 times, so this is a good opportunity to say it 1,001 times. If we would have just listened to Black, Brown, and Indigenous people.
Come on!
Yeah.
Okay!
I came here in 2020 and protested with Minneapolis.
Yes, you
I
did.
knew right then they fucked with wrong city.
Okay! Okay!
Clock it! I love to tell everybody that everything that I know about this movement, everything I know about activism, everything I know about the true history of this country, everything that I've learned it from Black, Brown, and Indigenous educators.
That's right!
I say nothing new. I don't have a new perspective to offer you. I was raised in West North Carolina, a white supremacist. I was taught to hate every one of you, and every one of you taught me to love you.
Yeah!
The only reason my voice is heard is because it's a white voice saying it.
Yeah.
And so, two white people, I'm going to close with this. if you stand by and watch this shit happen, and you find some excuse in your head, your complicity will be the reason that it will happen to you. Your complicity will be recognized. If you're a white person, a white body, a white voice, get the fuck up and get outside. So long, and I think I was in Broadview. I traveled a lot, I apologize. I think it was in Chicago. And I heard this white guy say, oh man, you won't believe what the police just did to me. Brother, I'm gonna believe it. You won't believe it because you didn't listen when the black community told you what the police was doing. You won't believe it because you don't listen when the indigenous community told you what the police are doing. So now it's happening to white people. So if I could please quote Malcolm X, El Hasbulika Shabazz. The chickens have come home to roost. So if you're watching what's happening right here in Minneapolis, you may not truly grasp how bad it is, but if you sit by and do nothing, you'll grasp it when it's on your front door. Fuck us.
I literally wrote it out in my journal. One of my favorite terms that he coined this year to the ICE agents were cosplatrians. I almost forgot to think about that too. Before I introduce our final amazing speaker, I want to talk about another member of the community who died at the hands of ICE. His name is Victor Manuel Diaz. He's a 36-year-old hardworking member of the community, an immigrant. He died in the hands of ICE agents, but he didn't die by accident, and we all know that. He died because of a system built by the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement treats human beings like cargo, stripping them from their communities, transporting them thousands of miles away, isolating them, and then calling it a procedure. Shame! Say shame to that! Shame! This was a civil immigration case, not a violent crime. Yet ICE chose displacement over care, secrecy over transparency, and enforcement over humanity. When the government cages someone, it assumes total responsibility for their life, their safety, and their mental health. And ICE fails that at every level, every time.
That's right!
A man was taken alive in Minneapolis and died alone in federal custody. It's not tragic coincidence. It is systemic violence. Say shame to that. Shame! This is what happens when power operates without accountability. When people are warehoused out of sight and when an agency is allowed to harm without consequence. That's right. Victor deserved protection and not punishment. Yes. And we are here because silence is complicity. Say his name. Victor Manuel Diaz. Victor Manuel Diaz. Victor Manuel Diaz. Victor Manuel Diaz. Thank you. Our next speaker is the one who set up all of this and is a renowned member of our activist community and Black Lives Matter Twin Cities, Monique Collars-Doney.
Thank you. I love y'all. You are so amazing. I did not set this all up by myself, okay? I want to be clear. You know, BLM, we would do the car caravan every year, and it was actually Immigrant that said, hey, let's do an indoor rally. So we just combined what we do in TCC for J. It was our 3 organizations that really organized this. So I give yourselves a hand for coming out here. If you caravan with us, if you're tabling, if for the people who march, it truly is a community. This is what solidarity looks like, and I'm so thankful to be an organizer in the Twin Cities. All the people who came on to the program to speak, and all the people who stepped up to speak who weren't on the program. It probably looked pretty smooth. I was like, we got some extra time now. And people just stepped up. So thank you all so much. for doing that, for filling in this program, because everything that was said needed to be heard. So when we're here this MLK Day, and we are embracing the fight of MLK, we have to remember MLK was arrested multiple times. We have people here taking arrests, standing up against ICE, people taking arrests, standing up against the police. People are going to be facing charges. I hear. But we have to remember this, that people have bled and died to get us where we are today. And who are we to let their deaths be in vain? So there are sacrifices that have to be made. So ask yourself, how much are you willing to sacrifice for your neighbor? How much are you willing to sacrifice for our future? Because here in Minnesota, I see a lot of people who saw a line drawn in the sand and decided to step over it.
Yes.
Because we are fighters here. So Minnesota, I'm just asking you to hold the line, to keep up the fight, because this is a fight that I never imagined that I would see in my lifetime. It's like Satan has literally unleashed his children upon us.
That's right.
The evil that is happening with ICE just amplifies the evil that was already in our community, that had been sitting back and hiding. And now it's all out. I see it on our pages, or when we post, I see it in the comments. There are a lot of people out here who are confused about who they are, who are confused about how they are supposed to exist within this space, within this community, wherever they are. And they think for some reason that they are better than everybody else, that they are above other people.
Tell the truth.
And it's a problem. So it's for us to right the wrong. Because if they don't believe that we deserve to be here as black and brown people, as indigenous people, as immigrants, as refugees, as LGBTQ++, as people with disabilities, as veterans, as people in need of services, there is a serious problem. So if you look at this event, well, it's gone, but the event flyer, it was true solidarity. All these areas of our livelihoods, of our communities, of our spaces that have been attacked by Donald Trump. It's the history, it's the health care, it's the food, it's the environment, it's everything. So I just implore you that when you wake up in the morning, you just say, fuck Trump. Say fuck ICE. Fuck ICE! And then when you're having your dreams at night, in your dreams say fuck the police. Fuck the police! I want you to be a revolutionary. In every moment that you live and exist, when you see something that is wrong, you stand up against it. That's right. And you cannot be quiet. So gird yourself up for the fight, because the fight is here and it is with us. Yeah. So link up with your community and protect your immigrant neighbors. Protect the people who are most vulnerable. We have to do more, but we have to do better, because this is literally us fighting for our future. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, everyone, the independent media that is out here, that you come out. And I think, well, this is the second year that we've done this and filled this place. Shout out to our caterers, Snowman Catering. Thank you so much. Our wonderful MCs for the evening. Thank you so much. For our band that opened us up, thank you so much, Caitlin. She just reached out and said, hey, we want to do a concert. We got some people, like, they're in sync with us. Okay, let's do it. So we have that coming in about 5. We'll take about a 5-minute break. But I'm so humbled and I'm honored
to be accepted as an organizer here. I thank you for embracing the work that we do. And it's just all love and solidarity from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
For the amazing concert that's going to start in a few minutes. While the band is getting set up, I have a few announcements from different organizations, many of whom are tabling still right over there. So if you haven't gotten to go over the table, please sign up for things. Please join an organization. Please sign the Twin Cities Coalition for Justice's petition if you're a Minneapolis resident to gain democratic community control over the police. We also have a number of MIRAC events that are coming up outside of Amy Klobuchar's office in downtown Minneapolis. 5 p.m. MIRAC is going to be demanding no more money for ICE terror. I was not sent the date that this is on this Wednesday. Next Monday. The 26th. The 26th. And then there's also a press conference this Wednesday at Jacob Fry's office. Can I get a boo for Jacob Fry? Absolutely spineless, talking about he's going to resist ICE and then has stayed his ass home the entire time. But there's going to be a press conference to demand that he actually does his job. Wednesday, 3 p.m., show up with MIRAC for a press conference in front of his office. The next event that I want to shout out is Day of Empathy. It is the second annual event that TCC4J is organizing with Melissa's organization, the Wrongfully Incarcerated and Oversentenced Families Council. That's going to be on the 8th. We have a flyer for it at our table, so please check that out. If there are any other events, you can always follow TCC4J. We platform not just our events, but other groups as well. And please take down the social media information of every group over there if you want to plug in to movement work. So with that, I want to get it, we're going to have about 5 minutes so that the band can do a sound check, and then we'll get started with the concert. Thank you all so much for coming, and if you're headed out, drive safe, stay warm.
Jay. Sorry I missed.
You're not going to miss it next time, right?
I won't miss next time.
General and also specifically boundary lines.
So when the video plays, you're going to go on there.
Okay.
So just wait for the